Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, depending on where you're at. And this channel is growing. Hit subscribe right now. We're on our way to 120,000 subscribers. Tell everyone you know about this channel. We have the most active, wonderful, stimulating live stream on YouTube. Pound for pound, I have what, going on 117,000 subs, on my way to 120,000. The channel's growing, and we have a live stream that averages between 5 to 1,200 people, usually closer to 1,000 almost every live stream. Tell your friends about it. It's going to help explain the insanity, the absolute insanity of today's political environment. We have 4 wonderful moderators. Thank you so very much for all your help. We love you too, Janice. Thank you so very much. And thank you, Susie is awake. And let's go ahead and get started. So there is this belief. Well, first of all, Trump says he's likely to strip DOJ officials' clearance very quickly. He's talking about Bruce Orr, so that's CNN. There's this belief that security clearances are owed to former intelligence community officials, former government officials. That is based on a very dangerous tradition. If you're outside the United States government, you're a target of spies. So you know enough about the United States government because you had the security clearance. You're a target of spies. You should not continue to have the clearance to look at top secret data, intelligence, emails, whatever. Especially if you transfer top secret intelligence outside the United States government with Hillary Clinton. So what he should do is revoke Clinton's security clearance. But there's probably some, like a moth to a flame, Clinton is probably creating her next scandal. So they're probably letting Clinton saying, you know what, here, please go ahead, keep your security clearance. The interesting thing with security clearances is there's a really wonderful article that I'm going to read to you. And it's in the nationalinterest.org. Has the FBI created a constitutional crisis? Ladies and gentlemen, we don't vote on James Clapper and John Brennan, and they do lie under oath, and they are given the opportunity to circumvent legal consequences. And whether it's Bruce or being the intermediary, being a messenger of the Steele dossier, which was written and purchased by Hillary Clinton, written only to hurt Trump, has nothing to do with national security, not even classified, should never have been used to start an investigation, much less begin the FISA, be used to justify a FISA application to spy on an American citizen. You have the issue of people who are not protected under the Constitution, these unelected officials being granted security clearances even after they leave the United States government. So I just want to read you this. This is interesting. This is by Daniel McCarthy. This is a great article. The idea that agencies like the FBI are above the Constitution is a more serious threat to democracy than anything that has been credibly alleged against Donald Trump. Okay, so there's also that's a really good article, but let's go ahead. There's another article against Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, but there's another article that I was looking at. Hold on. So we'll get back to that. There was one article. That wasn't it. FBI admits that obeying the Constitution just takes too much time. Hold on. I want to find out where it is. FBI. These people are not protected under the Constitution. You can't just say, "Oh, well, he's going ahead and he is infringing on their First Amendment rights." Why is it so difficult? Of course. So there was a couple articles I was looking at. Now I can't find them. But the notion that these people should be given every opportunity to keep their security clearance. So first they're like, "Oh my God, he pulled the clearance from John O'Brien." Then it's, "Oh my God, he might pull Bruce Orr's," or, "Oh my God." All right, so there's an interesting Cato Institute. Where in the Constitution is CIA absolved from its multitude of crimes? This is Nat Hentoff. At long last, after all these years, we have a defining question to we the people on our rule of law from libertarian Jacob G. Hornberger, founder and president of the Future of American Freedom Foundation. Why not simply abolish the CIA? He asks, did the CIA agent get indicted for torturing people? No. Did any CIA agent get indicted for destroying videotapes showing torture? No. Did any CIA agent get indicted for murdering prisoners in Abu Ghraib in Iraq? No. As I've often reported, the list of agencies' wrongdoing is long, continuous, and deeply documented. As of right now, Americans are awaiting for public release of extensive, fully. So this is this is exactly what John Brennan was spying on Obama's Senate about. But according to The Guardian, he believed intelligence officials responsible for harming the detainees were working during a period of extraordinary stress and fear. Obama admits CIA roughed up some folks, but stands by Brennan over spying. Really? Okay. My God almighty. Why is it so difficult to find out very simple? The CIA is not a fourth branch of government. John, this is the Huffington Post, Joseph Palermo. So to my super chat, thank you so very much. I just want to go ahead and find a constitutional... I just want to find the constitutional basis for these people saying they deserve security clearance. There obviously aren't any. So nowhere in the Constitution does it say that unelected spy officials, unelected officials of the intelligence agency should have their security clearance with them at all times. John Brennan's hearing underscores how little oversight there is on drones. McMahon felt compelled to note that she was in a verifiable catch-22 because she could not find a way around the thicket of laws and precedents that have effectively allowed the executive branch of our government to proclaim as perfectly lawful certain actions that seem on their face incompatible with our constitutional laws, while keeping the reasons for their conclusion a secret. Consequently, it's easy for Brennan to say the U.S. should acknowledge civilian casualties from strikes, but he knows that he's full well legislative and judicial branches cannot force executive branch actually to do so. So, sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and... God almighty, it's so difficult to find. It is so difficult. Gee, I wonder why. Why would it be so difficult to find information regarding the constitutionality? So, LA Times, the CIA versus the Senate, the Constitution demands action. Bruce Ackerman, August 6, 2014. CIA spying on the Senate is the constitutional equivalent of the Watergate break-in. In both cases, the executive branch attacked the very foundation of our system of checks and balances. So the CIA falls under the executive branch. So if the CIA falls under the executive branch, if the FBI and NSA and all of these organizations fall under the executive branch, then Trump has complete authority to do whatever he wants. President Obama is not President Nixon. He hasn't been implicated personally in organizing this constitutional assault. Harry Truman and Congress knew they were playing with fire in creating a permanent spy agency after World War II. To protect the integrity of the constitutional system, they barred the CIA from all forms of domestic spying. The escalating scandal made the prospect of the Senate Intelligence Committee condemnation even more devastating. Thrown on a defensive, the CIA responded to the challenge by breaking into Senate computers and not by taking the Constitution seriously. Brennan's initial response displayed some breakdown in the CIA's constitutional culture. While all this was going on, Obama was pondering a serious response to the pervasive surveillance abuses. In April 2013, he assembled a blue ribbon panel of retired leaders of the intelligence community, as well as leading constitutionalists, who issued a unanimous 46-point reform program. Oh, wow. The president is playing the same passive role in supporting a CIA director's effort to delay serious action in response to the latest scandal. Unless Congress, and this is written in 2014 when Brennan spied on the Senate, unless Congress and the public force a reappraisal, Obama may continue to let the scrutiny establishment the security establishment call the shots, which he did. The Constitution demands action. Given the culture of lawlessness on display, the only way to, quote, take care and lawfully to take care that the laws be faithfully executed, end quote, is to create stronger institutions that systemically maintain legal control over the intelligence community. Horace, thank you. Schedule's been crazy and have been missing some HA Live. Let it roll, brother. Thank you. P.S. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much, Horace. Thank you. Horace, let me know, since you have been such a strong supporter in front of this channel, if you want to be a moderator, let me know. Let me know. And if I miss your answer, Eric will let me know and DM me. But Horace, let me know if you want to be the 5th moderator. This channel will be impervious to trolls because we'll have 5 moderators. So the CIA falls under the executive branch. Let's go ahead and do so. Basically, President Obama allowed Brennan to get away with spying spying on the legislative branch. Spy game. Why Congress is limited in its CIA oversight. Lawmakers aim to get tougher on the agency, but it could be too late. Lauren Fox, a U.S. News and World Report. So Congress is powerless, and the only president that seems to be stepping up to the plate, Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so very much. It will be my honor, Horace, and you are now a moderator. I have 5 moderators now. This channel is impervious. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so very much as always. Rhonda, Iowa girl, have a fantastic, wonderful weekend. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so very, very much. So Rhonda, Iowa girl, we have 5. We have 5 amazing moderators: Luke St. Martin, AC Your, Elizabeth Luker, Eric H526, and now Horace. I want to thank you, Rhonda, Iowa girl, for always supporting this channel, always watching. Thank you. Have a fantastic and wonderful weekend. But I'm trying to find the constitutional basis for CIA officials and it's hilarious too, because it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult to justify any of this from the basis of the United States Constitution. So this is a foreign policy article. Mission Unstoppable. Why is the CIA running America's foreign policy? I have great concerns that the CIA's search may well have violated the separation of powers principle embodied in the United States Constitution. It may have undermined the constitutional framework and essential to effective congressional oversight of intelligence activities. So you have the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. Obviously, Obama, what's taking place, interestingly enough, is that the CIA is part of the executive branch. And it was the FBI. FBI invests possible. Okay, so creation of the FBI during the progressive era in early 1900s. Excuse me, the federal government expanded it to control and regulate many aspects of society that previously had been dealt with solely on a state or local level. Encouraged by Theodore Roosevelt. So it's so difficult to just go ahead and under Article 2 of the Constitution, this is the whitehouse.org. The president is responsible for the execution and enforcement of laws created by Congress. 15 executive departments, each led by an appointed member of the president's cabinet, carry out day-to-day administrations of the federal government. They are joined in this by other executive agencies such as the CIA and Environmental Protection Agency. So The CIA falls under the executive branch. What's the problem here? The intelligence community, I believe, falls under the executive branch. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so very much. So, here, United States Intelligence Community Wikipedia. Executive branch officials collected information, collection of information needed by President of the National Security Council, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, and other executive branch officials. The United States Intelligence Community is a federation of 16 separate, and by the way, only 3 said that Russia meddled in the election, and they can't explain how, and they're only confident. They're not certain. United States government agencies that work separately and together to conduct intelligence activities to support foreign policy and national security of the United States. Members organizations include intelligence agencies, military intelligence within federal executive departments. So obviously Obama didn't do anything because the Brennan reports, John O'Brien, TGIF Friday, any chance for John? Mr. Deplorable, thank you. John O'Brien. They took my security clearance away. That's my form of free speech. Don't they know I make at least $100 an hour on CNN talking about Trump treason? Why couldn't Trump be nice to me like President Obama when I was spying on the United States Congress? I was only helping President Obama. Instead, Trump lashes out. He doesn't know the power of the intelligence community. We'll make him feel the power. You can hurt me now, but I will get my revenge. I wish I could do better, Mr. Deplorable. But we will have more John O'Brien. Julie's Miracle English School. Thank you, Julie's Miracle English School. Very, very, very appreciative. Thank you. Thank you, Julie's Miracle English School. Thank you, Mr. Deplorable. Thank you, Rhonda, Iowa girl. But it's important to find out. This is on the CIA website. So it falls under the executive branch, but they seem to have, you know, this is a really interesting. So frontline, so PBS, so the executive branch and the legislative branch This is interesting. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence, that report says they're confident that they think there's not certain of any Russian interference, but they're confident, they're not certain, and they have all the intelligence agencies reporting to Clapper, who was Clapper, who's now Dan Coates. And you see everyone from the CIA to the FBI and then the ODNI collects all the intelligence from the United States military, the intelligence agencies, and nobody is certain. Nobody is certain about anything. Nobody's certain about anything. It's just really interesting. So this is a Brookings. the intelligence community and President Trump. The executive branch either controls or, thank you, Tony. Thank you, everybody. Mr. Deplorable. Thank you, Horace. Thank you, Rhonda, Iowa girl. And so, if it falls under the executive branch, then why are they worried about what Trump is doing? He has every right to go and do whatever the heck he wants. These are referred to as executive branch agencies. The president is the head of the executive branch of government. So under the Constitution, how on earth could Brennan or anyone say you're infringing upon my free speech? You were a government employee under the executive branch, and the president no longer wants you to have your security clearance. So it's just interesting that you have these organizations created almost outside because I don't think that I don't think James Madison wrote the Bill of Rights with the foresight that a CIA would be created that would then spy on Congress. That is an important issue. It's interesting also, like the petulance, the love. It's just the love that they have. The Democratic Party loves the intelligence community, and the intelligence community simply gravitates towards power. You have heads of the intelligence community now nominated by President Trump. Right here, there is no fourth branch of government, so every federal official or employee outside of the court system and Congress works for the president. There you go. That's what I was looking for. The executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States of America, begins Article 2 of the Constitution. It's pretty straightforward. The president is boss of the executive branch. The executive branch is an extension of him. What power it has, he delegates it. There's no fourth branch of government, so every federal official or employee outside of the court system and Congress works for the president. This is the Washington Examiner. This is the Washington Examiner editorial board. While civil service laws protect most low and mid-level employees, the highest level officials serve mostly at the pleasure of the person sitting in office. As a constitutional matter, then, President Trump has every right to fire FBI director. The CIA, the NSA, the FBI, these are all federal employees outside the court system and Congress. They work for the president. So tell me again, oh, Democrats, oh, weeping Democrats, the Democrats who cry all the time. Tell me again how oh, this is good news. Caitlin Johnson is back. Oh my God. But she only has 218 followers. Oh my God. Why did they take all her followers away? That's the thing, is like any voice that brings truth. Here's the issue, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not part of the judicial or legislative branch, if you're not part of the courts or Congress, you fall under the executive branch. And if the president wants your security clearance gone, there's nothing they can say about it. There's nothing they can say about it. There is no fourth branch of government, so every federal official or employee outside the court system works for the president. So there you go. Here you go. You can't go ahead and say, oh my God, he's a tyrant. He can do what he wants to do. He's protected under the Constitution. And to think that, I love how they're like, well, Obama never did anything political. All of Spygate was an example of purely politics. Pure politics. As a constitutional matter, then, President Trump has every right to fire an FBI director, a special counsel, his attorney general, or deputy attorney general. What's more, he's no more required to give reason than he was firing a contestant on The Apprentice. I love that. Joseph Arbuckle. Super chat works for me. Thank you, Joseph Arbuckle. Thank you. Thank you. The Yahtzee one. I think sometimes even on my channel, like when I'm, on my computer, the live chat goes, in and out, like, disappears for a second. So I think it's all like, might have to do it. The Yahtzee one testing super chat. Thank you, the Yahtzee one. Thank you so very much, the Yahtzee one. It works. Thank you so very much, the Yahtzee one. This is a great article. This is the Washington Examiner. Let me go ahead and give you this. Everyone should go ahead and get this article viral. He works on, this is what I was looking for. I think I was reading this a while back, but as I was trying to look for the President of the United States of America, if it's not Congress or the legislative branch, can do whatever the heck he wants in terms of people working under him. go ahead and there's no people are like, oh my god, this is horrible. How can he do this? He's a tyrant. He's not a tyrant. Amy Shaw, here we go. Awesome. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Amy Shaw. Thank you. So proper presidential control and distance from the FBI. The Washington Examiner, February 2nd, 2018. The executive, quote, the executive shall be vested in a president of the United States of America, begins Article 2 of the Constitution. It's pretty straightforward. The president is boss of the executive branch. The executive branch is an extension of him. What power it has, he delegates it. There is no fourth branch of government, so every federal official or employee outside, and when people say, like, you have people on CNN, one guy, Jeffrey Toobin, is like this legal scholar. He's like, but if he committed a crime, he can't obstruct justice. If he committed a crime, well, he has not. There is no evidence that he committed a crime. The NSA and the CIA are confident. CNN, get it in your brains. They're confident of a crime. They are not certain a crime took place. They are not certain. Nobody is certain. The Steele dossier is a fake news dossier that BuzzFeed is suing the DNC over. Nobody knows even if the DNC was hacked. That is not even a fact. The ODNI report has a high confidence to moderate to low confidence assessment range. There is a warranty disclaimer on the ODNI report. The Yahtzee won. Thank you, CNN article. Mark Warner wants to block Trump from arbitrarily revoking security clearances. He will introduce an amendment next week. Good luck. Exactly. Another failed thing. The Yahtzee won. They will fail at that. They might fail at the Mueller probe. They're going to fail at midterms. They're going to fail in 2020. They're going to fail in their ideology. They're going to fail in every single thing because they're a bunch of failures. They're a bunch of failures. That's what they do. They fail. They don't even know they're failing. They think they're winning. They don't know what winning means. So it's very difficult. I just sent Caitlin Johnston a message of support because she's awesome. So they decimated her followers, which stinks. Absolutely stinks. And it's just unbelievable because they don't even get just basic knowledge. Oh my goodness. Murph's Appliance Repair, thank you. I used to work for the Department of Interior years ago. I wonder if my security clearance still stands. Murph's Appliance Repair. I think everybody who worked at all in the federal government, yes. Amy Shaw, thank you so very much. Amy Shaw. Amy, thank you so very, very much. Amy Shaw, thank you. Just at full disclosure, the Yahtzee, I believe, is from Norway. And so that's Norwegian krones, not exactly that amount, but I love the Yahtzee one. Thank you so very much. I just want to say that, when you see it's really from the Norwegian krone, but Amy Shaw, Thank you so very much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated, Amy. And believe me, everything that everyone who watches the super chat, when you watch the super chat, it's Murph's Appliance Repair. Thank you. When you support this channel, you give me the ability to go ahead and tear apart prevailing propaganda and do so from links from the mainstream. And that's why I always abide by YouTube policies, because I use links from the mainstream. And the one thing the mainstream is good at is reporting. The spin and analysis is horrendous mostly. Amy Shaw, thank you so very, very much. Just want to hang with the Yahtzee. The Yahtzee won, thank you. William Bernier, thank you. HA, there is a fourth estate. You must do your patriotic duty and listen and believe. The same people who sold drugs on American streets to fund shadows. Don't be a traitor. Well, William, I agree with you, but there's no... I agree with you in that there are government departments that are rogue, or basically, act as if they're rogue, but they still technically fall under the oversight of the executive branch. That's my point. Elizabeth Luker jumped on to say hello. Are you going to do 3 or more live streams tonight? See you later, boyfriend. I will do one later this evening. I might do one. Yeah, I will do one later this evening for sure. But Elizabeth Luker, thank you so much. And you are a moderator. Amy Shaw, thank you. And to the people in the upload, like, I have to, thank these people who are giving, like, they're helping my voice be heard. So one knock on me now, like when I upload, it's like, oh, all HA does is thank you. No, I have to thank my subscribers. I thank you. So Amy Shaw, thank you. Murph's Appliance Repair, thank you. William Bernier, thank you. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very much, as always. And thank you for being a great moderator. I will be doing another one later tonight. And Amy Shaw, thank you so very much. Thank you, Tammy. Trying to go ahead and I don't know what I'm doing with this. Who knows what I'm doing? Veteran Anarchy, did you hear the train? That train coming? It's a Trump train. John O'Brien. They took my security clearance away. I want to let you know, Trump, your petulant little cacotocracy, your tiny little cacotocracy, will not be able to intimidate me. Because your little cacotocracy is the laughingstock of the entire nation. It's true I used to use my security clearance for 30% off beef bourguignon every Friday. But I'll just use Clapper's security clearance. The Yahtzee won, my goodness gracious. Thank you so very much. Oh my gosh, thank you so very much. The Yahtzee won. Hanging with Amy Shaw. Thank you. Thank you, the Yahtzee won. Amy Shaw. The Yahtzee won. Elizabeth Luker. William, thank you. Murph's Appliance Repair, thank you. The Yahtzee won, thank you. And I'm just touched. I'm touched by everyone's support. And what can I tell you? 43 minutes in. If you've lasted this long on the upload, 43 minutes in, you have to understand it's a big thing to be able to have such wonderful people watch you and support your channel. Because whereas independent media, it doesn't matter if you're left, right, whereas we rely on the support of our audience, CNN makes it very lucrative. So Amy Shaw, Elizabeth, the Yahtzee, everyone, people might watch and say, oh, HA, you're rocking it up on the super chat. Well, wait a second now. Do you know how much money, you know how lucrative it is to say that Trump colluded with Russia? They don't care. Brandon just applied for his ham radio. Sean, thank you. Thank you, Laura. They make money either way. They're kind of like the hedge fund of media. the media is like a hedge fund. They make money either way, whether they tell the truth or they don't tell the truth. So whether they go ahead and the interesting thing, I remember going to MSNBC when I was on March 2nd, 2015. I was in a Lawrence O'Donnell segment. Okay, that was the day the email debacle started. Okay, I walked into the studio in Burbank, and it was like Orwellian. You saw 50, 60 flat screens, all just, the ticker running. It was just, and I was looking around, and everything was just, there are green rooms, and it was a production. They made money, and I said to myself, my God, even though I was on a liberal station, and I was, hardcore, to the left back then, I said, my God, this is how wars are pushed. It was like an Orwellian experience because you saw, and I'm sure Fox has, of course, the same thing. Both of them. Fox was pushing, and so was CNN, pushing each war. Each war we have is lucrative. Each Russia collusion is lucrative. And the people go ahead. The Yahtzee one, Amy Shaw, Elizabeth Luker, and everyone who supports this channel, understand your support means a great deal because it allows my voice to be heard. And if you ever invited and go to speak on MSNBC or CNN or Fox, have your notes prepared, be ready for anything, because if you're on air, I remember the first time I went on the second time I went on, no, the first time it was CNN New Day. My heart was pounding, boom, 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 like that, because it had been a year since I had been on television, and my heart was like pounding, boom, 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 like that. And then I said, no, it's all going to be fine. And then I did well. I believe I did okay. But all of it is the media apparatus. They make money no matter what. This channel doesn't grow unless I'm true to myself, true to my value system. The great thing about this channel, when I was on the left, conservatives still came. I'm on the right, or conservative more so now. I still have liberals or progressives who watch me. I'm true to myself, and I use the links that that the media claims are completely unbiased. Right here. So thank you, everyone. My God, I'm just really touched. And I just thank you so very, very much. There is no fourth branch of government. This I'm reading. So, William, I'm reading the Washington Examiner. So every federal official or employee outside the court system works for the president. While civil service laws protect most low and mid-level employees, the higher level officials serve mostly at the pleasure of the person sitting in the Oval Office. As a constitutional matter, then, President Trump has every right to fire an FBI director. So what's the problem? A special counsel, his attorney general, or a deputy attorney general. What's more, he is no more required to give a reason than when he was firing somebody on The Apprentice. None other than James Comey, the FBI director Trump fired, has made that clear. I have long believed, Comey wrote, the president can fire an FBI director for any reason or no reason at all. So what's the problem? It's not a mistake to go ahead and fire. Bruce Tomaszewski just checked 4 million sub, 9,800 watching live stream. You have 139 sub, pound for pound. That's true. That's true. Exactly. Thank you so much, Bruce Tomaszewski. Pound for pound, like the Floyd Mayweather Jr. Thank you, Kristen. I'm like the Floyd Mayweather Jr. and I wrote in the Huffington Post, my last article in the Huffington Post was Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the most dominant boxer of all time. And I explain in terms of dominance. I'm not saying the best. For me, Muhammad Ali is the greatest. For me, I take my favorite boxers are Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Joe Frazier. D. Velasquez, I am, though. Wow, and I thought HA was a cheap date. D. Velasquez, thank you. And thank you for everything you do for veterans. Let everybody know about that amazing organization. D. Velasquez, thank you. So for me, Amy Shaw, thank you. You started a trend, Amy, thank you. Eric H526, we love your reporting. Hal, keep it up. The Yahtzee won. HA beats the Yahtzee. And I would love to debate any of them on anything, but no one's really going to debate me because they don't want to lose. Amy Shaw, Clapper was talking like, thank you so much, Amy Shaw, by the way. Thank you. Clapper was talking like top secret is a right, drives me crazy. Oh, I know. Well, he's getting clowned. The thing with Clapper is that nobody likes me. What is it about my personality nobody likes? Is it my faux, almost pseudo-British accent? Because if you listen to Clapper, or just pay attention to Clapper. Here, let's hear Clapper. Let's hear Clapper. Clapper. The Clapper. Clapper. Hold on. He's getting clowned by everyone. And you don't want to go ahead and... John Brennan. John Brennan. This is John Brennan, the guy who was like, yeah, I want to keep my security clearance. He's giving aid and comfort to the enemy. Morning, Joe. Hilarious.
Hey, with us now, we've got the former CIA director, John Brennan, with us. He's a senior national security. What? There's on the... Well,
this is the wonderful John Brennan, who... Janice Webb. I just had to do it to him with fun. Thank you. Thank you, Janice. I just had to end with fun. Amy Shaw, thank you as always. Janice Webb, thank you as always. The Yahtzee won, thank you. Elizabeth Luker, thank you. And let's go ahead. John O'Brennan. John Brennan. This is John O'Brennan. John's security clearance pulled no more 30% off beef bourguignon on Fridays at the CIA lounge. Brennan.
Well, I think there's a big question, first of all, in terms of those who are on Mr. Trump's national security team.
Mr. Trump's national security team.
Whether they can continue to serve in good conscience.
Whether they can continue to serve in good conscience. They should all have a mass desertion. Honorable people desert and betray those who have appointed them. Tell us more, John Brennan.
An individual who basically betrayed his nation.
Yes, President Trump betrayed his nation by not punching Vladimir Putin in the brain, in the cranium. Because the NSA is moderately confident. Nobody has ever seen the DNC servers. And CrowdStrike was purchased by Hillary Clinton to look at the DNC servers. There's no conflict of interest there. I'm sure everyone was telling the truth.
But then the legislators on the Hill, especially the Republicans, need to ask themselves what they should do in order to try to protect and preserve this country's liberties and freedoms. Despite having Mr. Trump in the Oval Office. And so I think the outcry needs to be strong. I
think the outcry needs to be strong. Oh, this is... Republican patriots, where are you? Where art thou? Republican patriots, I urge you to please revolt against Trump and vote for Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris or Uncle Joe Biden. Who wants you to have a shotgun, not an AR? Who needs an AR and AK? Have a shotgun in your house. Not a tactical shotgun. A regular shotgun. A normal one. The ones liberals use.
Endure, and they need to then also take action, whether it's a censure or whether or not they are going to decide that this is not the Republican Party that they once knew, that they need to step away from it.
This is not the Republican Party I once knew. You don't bring me flowers anymore. You don't sing me love songs since Trump got elected anymore.
You did. This is not what Ronald Reagan said or meant when he said to Mr. Gorbachev, bring down that wall.
It's like Reagan would not stand for any... The CIA under Reagan, who was the CIA director again? It was, no, it wasn't George Tenet. CIA under Reagan. CIA under Reagan. CIA director under Reagan. Oh, yeah. William Casey. That's right. William Casey. William Casey. So compare this guy, William Casey, to the status of U.S. intelligence today, 1986. William Casey.
Who enact the Intelligence Identities Act of 1982. Without John's courage and zeal on that occasion, that law could not have been carried. Without John's courage, you will call it renegade Americans at that time, seeking to destroy the nation's intelligence capability, were revealing, disclosing the identities, the locations the nation faces, and how this in turn determines the neglected.
Now, let's not talk about, Iran-Contra or anything else, whatever. Each of these people have their own scandals, okay? Joseph Grotus. Notice Brennan's speech pattern is so similar to Adam Schiff's. Yes. Yes. So the Yahtzee one, thank you so very, very, very much. Amy Shaw, thank you so very, very much. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so much. And the speech patterns are like pure deception. It's just it's a script.
And I heard the words that were just said in the film clip about simple-minded appeasement is folly. And that certainly is true. And so those
simple-minded appeasement is folly. Smart people go ahead and give 20% of U.S. uranium capacity. 20% of U.S. uranium capacity to a person who wants to destroy the West. He wants to destroy Western civilization. He wants to destroy Western civilization. It's unbelievable the way they spin things. The propaganda is so vapid. They have no evidence. Mama Wolf, thank you. H.A., we love watching you every evening. Your impressions mean everything to us. John wants you to do sessions talking with Judge TSL. Mama Wolf, yes. All right, I'll do sessions. Hello, may I speak to T.S.? No, this isn't a crank call. I want to speak to T.S. T.S. I'm talking. These are initials. Is T.S. Ellis there? Mr. Ellis, is Mr. Ellis there? Hello, are you listening? I said T.S. LMNOP, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Q, R, S, T, U. Do you not speak English? Oh, you're his wife. Yes, fine. I don't care. Well, I need to speak to your husband. Go ahead. Yes. Hello, T.S. Okay, Mr. Ellis, hi. How are you? I want to tell you, I love what you've been doing. Yes, I know. You're going to let Manafort go? Oh, that'll just make liberals go ahead. Their heads will spin. I know. Well, T.S., I want to tell you something. Oh, stop it. I called you by your initial. Yes. Okay, Mr. Ellis, go ahead and do what you can, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Let them know that the IRS and the banks didn't say anything, so what's their problem? Mind your own beeswax. Let them know the jurors are next. It's called an IRS audit. You wanted to audit the jacket. Now you're going to get audited also. Yeah, could happen to any American, you know. Okay, good. Well, T.S., you have... No. Okay, have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye. Poo-poo out. Mama Wolf! Thank you so very much. These people are the biggest clowns on the planet. John Brennan is the biggest clown on the planet. I go to the range and I see, like, real, like, veterans who have, suffered from war, and they think that the Democratic Party is, like, full of the biggest, like, the most insane people. You're right. You're right. Democrats are like, oh, we're patriotic. Give us all your firearms and give us, go ahead. We're the most patriotic Democrats in the world. The freedom of speech, let's erase that. The First Amendment, can't talk about God, can't do it. No, erase that. Give us your guns also. Second Amendment, okay. The First and Second Amendment we don't like. And everyone is the extreme. Tiki torch. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bigot. Ban this. Ban the bigot. Ban it. Oh, fake news is really bad because people believe it and they don't vote for Hillary. No, there's enough. The Russians were trying to sow discord. Well, no. For number one, we had discord. Number two, there was enough. There were enough sources. Most 99% of all the reputable sources that were used to expose Clinton, just basically her own words. I survived Bosnia sniper fire, all these dumb things. And the other day, I couldn't get into my Twitter account. I changed my password, and I was like, that's it. They got me on Twitter. Which is why, if you're watching, ladies and gentlemen, my Gab account right here, it's actually, so you can subscribe to me on Twitter, but also subscribe to me here. The Gab account is within the Twitter account. I don't want to put the Gab account link. Hey, YouTube policy. No, okay. Who knows? Metalhead. If I went to the head with my pink shirt, I went to the range with the head. What am I saying? Oh, that's crazy. If I went to the range with my pink shirt, they would love it because they don't care as long as the bust the 7 points, the AK, the 7.62, the 5.56. It's all good. That's even more awesome because I'm like, hi everybody, look at me. Horus 2.0. Is there a Horus 2.0? I happened to catch POTUS staff meeting a couple days ago. A tightly running machine, getting it on multiple fronts. Very impressive. Horus 2.0. Horus 2.0. There's another one. Horus 2.0. The Yahtzee one. Thank you. Have you checked out Randy Quaid on Twitter? He enacts Trump tweet, cracks me up. Randy Quaid is hardcore performance artist. Randy Quaid is a hardcore performance artist. He's awesome. I like that. I know what you're talking about. The Yahtzee one, great minds think alike. But let's finish with John O'Brien. Oh, how I've suffered for you by spying on you.
Republicans on the Hill need to do more than just speak out and criticize. They need to act. They need to put pressure on Mr. Trump, and they need to send a clear signal that this is intolerable.
What's intolerable? Peace with Russia? You crazed imbecile? Pathetic, sad, failed, miserable imbecile. Just because you're CIA chief former CIA chief doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. If you're a veteran, if you're a soldier, you've done more for this country than John Brennan ever did. John Brennan's impact on this country has been negative, very negative, meaning lied under oath about spying on the United States Congress, which is a precedent. President Obama let him get away with it. Why? Because, of course, the intel chiefs were worked under Obama, and they loved him because Obama let them do what they wanted to do. They hate Trump, but they work for Trump, so they shouldn't really hate him. There's the issue of the United States Constitution here. Horace too, yeah. And also, let's look at the prayer. The reason that I go ahead, I wouldn't even be like care like so much. I might even say, hey, well, you know what? A prayer in the White House, I don't know about that. But because liberals hate it, I love it. And it's kind of like fascists don't go ahead and pray. They might align themselves with powerful political leaders, but they don't go ahead and pray. So Trump prayer, and here's with black pastors, here's this racist ogre.
God, we thank you for an opportunity to speak about the hearts of those who sometimes cannot fight for themselves. Thank you for this moment to be able to share our hearts with the president and his administration. Dr. King said, we cannot influence a table that we are not seated at. And so we pray that this conversation will be fruitful and productive and honoring of the best traditions of this nation. We further pray that you will continue to give wisdom and insight to our president and his leadership team to be what our nation needs to build this country from the inside out, that we will continue to be a beacon of hope and light around this world. Bless his family, bless his health, and everything that he puts his hands to do. This is our prayer, and bless our time together. Jesus, in your name I pray. Amen. Thank you, Jeff.
So tell me again how this guy's a fascist and a dictator. In the White House, you hear Jesus in his name I pray. So tell me again how he's this evil monster. How does that even work? How does that even work? How does that even work? How do you go from he's a tyrant to the first president, one of the first presidents, who has a pastor near him says, Jesus, in his name I pray? It doesn't make any sense. And it's like, you know, here's the issue a lot of people don't understand. Bruce Tomaszewski, Trump tweeted, "Happy birthday, Maxine Waters, the leader of the Democratic Party," or close to that. This is a masterful tweet on so many levels. Well, the great thing, it's not just Maxine Waters. You know, Bruce Tomaszewski, you brought up this great point. This is hilarious. The Democrats are like running candidates are like, well, when I win, I won't vote for Nancy Pelosi. It's like, yeah, but you do realize that if you win, if Nancy Pelosi is going to win, if you win, that'll be vindication. If Democrats win, that's vindication. Hold on, this is Trump. Hold on, what did he tweet now? This is 3 hours ago. Wait a second.
America is back. Now, some people would say, made in the USA. I personally don't care. The fact is, we're back. We have 400,000 new manufacturing jobs. Our opponent said that could never happen. It has happened, and we're going to develop a lot more in a very short period of time. So, made in the USA, made in America, it's back.
Now, here's the thing. I don't care if it's a good product. I don't care where it's made, if it's made in China or Japan or anywhere. But there is a sense that I get. There's a quality, a sense of quality that I get. If it's made in America, I know that there's more quality to it. That's what I think. So, and manufacturing, in terms of manufacturing jobs, we need to grow that. We always heard, well, the manufacturing jobs, it's just going to leave. It's just part of, globalization. It's part of it is what it is. It is what it is. No. So Trump is right. So Bill Maher's wrong. Bill Maher's like, it's a con. It's a big con job. He wasn't really talking about the little guy. Well, no. Yeah, the average American benefits big time. The average American benefits big time from manufacturing jobs coming back to the country, which is why he didn't sign the TTP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, sorry. In all the poorest areas of the country, there should be tax breaks, there should be benefits to get manufacturing jobs in there. That's how you go ahead and you decrease poverty in areas. You go ahead and you go ahead and you simply make sure that you bring manufacturing jobs back to the country. But also, if you want to fix poverty, you pick the 100 poorest counties, cities in the country, and you put you give incentive to companies, manufacturing plants to move there. There you go. Why hasn't anyone left or right thought of that? Ladies and gentlemen, what can I tell you other than it's well over an hour now? It's a salmon shirt, salmon colored shirt. And I just want to thank everyone here. Let's see if Trump has tweeted something beautiful. I love people like, he's racist. Like, what did he say? Well, he said this. And you're taking it out of context and you're manipulating it and you're forgetting all the overtly racist things Clinton did. It's not about Clinton. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm going to tell everyone subscribe to Caitlin Johnston right now. So do it now. Subscribe to Caitlin Johnston right now on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, you're absolutely wonderful. Amy Shaw, thank you so very, very, very much. You started a movement. You started something awesome. And is that what they call the Troll Patrol? The Troll Patrol is amazing. To the moderators, thank you. Thank you, Zila. Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Amy Shaw, thank you. Elizabeth Luker, thank you. Everyone, thank you so very, very, very much. The Yahtzee one, as always. Your support of this channel is so important. Thank you. Amy, thank you again. Everyone, to the regulators of this channel, thank you for protecting us from all the trolls. And ladies and gentlemen, I missed some super chats. Valerie Rogers, even Russia knows communism won't work. Thank you. Thank you, Valerie. Gwen Shell. Thank you, Gwen. O.J. Clinton, the best in America in one name. They have a president's come and go attitude. Yeah, The deep state does. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, everyone. And I will be back in a couple of hours or so. Thank you so very much. And I hope that this was educational in terms of these intelligence agencies fall under the executive branch. Trump can do whatever the you-know-what he wants. End of story. Case closed. I'll see you tonight. Thank you so very, very much. God bless. Thank